Peter, played by Chris Gascoigne, has recently been put his life back together after being told by doctors he could never drink again, having received a liver transplant last year on Coronation Street. The ITV soap stalwart seems to be sticking to his new regime, but viewers know he has a habit of falling back into the depths of alcoholism when life gets tough. This has been a constant trend in many of his storylines, but a clue in Friday night's hour-long episode could suggest he is the father of troublemaker Jacob, Jack Ryan, and the former drug gang member has come to the cobbles to get revenge on the Barlow family. The moment aired when Amy Barlow, Elle Mulvaney, explained to her boyfriend Jacob she had told her friends about their relationship, but the rest of her family had no idea. Meeting in secret in the Ginnel, she said, "My dad doesn't even know about us and has I don't want my little girl hanging around with people like that Jacob." Talking about his father, Jacob remarked, "The only time my old man showed an interest was when I was old enough to run to the off-license for him." This might have been a throwaway comment, but it might be more than a coincidence he is dating a girl whose uncle is a former alcoholic. As viewers learn more about the youngster's past, they could discover he is the child of a woman Peter got pregnant during his years away from the cobbles when he was struggling with his demons. Having made many trips away from Weatherfield during his time on the show, Peter could have tried to be a father to Jacob, almost living a double life. But every time he would try to show Jacob's mother he had changed, the alcoholic would have fallen into his old habits. Therefore in 2016, just before he was brought back as a regular member of the cast, Peter could have been given his marching orders by Jacob's mother. Knowing he needed to get help for his addiction to the bottle, the soap stalwart could have decided he was going to cut contact with his son. This would have done a lot of damage to the troubled youngster, resulting in him getting involved with the drugs gang. Having been so intoxicated during his last relapse in 2020, Peter might have forgotten all about Jacob and therefore, would not have recognized him when the youngster later turned up on the cobbled. Knowing his father had no memory of having another son, this is why Jacob could have lured Simon Barlow, Alex Spain, into a trap. Getting the young Barlow boy involved with the drugs gang could have been his way of getting revenge on their father Peter. However, this wasn't successful as Simon ended up getting the drug lord, Harvey Gaskell, Will Mellor, sent to prison for his crimes. Jacob needed to change his tact, and this is why he could have chosen Amy as his next target, using the youngster as a way of getting into the family. It seemed Jacob had an axe to grind with the Barlow family as he continued his conversation with his girlfriend in the Ginnel. He said, "It doesn't matter how many times you tell your friends and family, because at the end of the day, it's going to be up to me to win them over. You shouldn't have to, though. They should just be pleased I'm happy," Amy told her boyfriend before asking him if they were going to go the distance. "Yes, of course, we are. I mean, if that's what you want?" he asked her, to which she nodded her head. Although being Peter's son would make them cousins, Jacob thinks by working his way into the family through Amy is his only chance of getting revenge on his father. How well do you know your British soaps? How many times has Ian Beale been married in EastEnders? What is the name of Bianca Jackson and Ricky Butcher's son on EastEnders? On EastEnders in 2002, who accidentally ran Jamie Mitchell over in his car which caused his death? How many times has Corey's Steve MacDonald been married? What happened to Emily Bishop in Coronation Street? who murdered Maxine Peacock in Coronation Street in 2003? Which incident in 1993 killed off 4 characters in Emmerdale? When did the show stop being known as Emmerdale Farm? On what day did Hollyoaks air its first episode? What was the name of the much-loved Coronation Street pet dog who was put down in April 2020 after 14 years? 1996 saw the arrival of one of Hollyoaks' all-time bad boys and rival of Kurt Benson, but who is he? Who is the longest-serving character on Coronation Street? Who shot Phil in EastEnders? How many fires have there been at Corey's Rover's return? Get out of my pub, you're no soaps fan. You're either too young to remember the big lines or have better things to do on weekday evenings. Casual viewer, you watch them sometimes so you kinda know what's been going on. Die-hard fan, you love watching the soaps so much your entire week is planned around when they air. As he begins to spend more time with the Barlow family, Peter could start to recognize the youngster until it finally dawns on him who he is. Confronting Jacob, the former alcoholic would want answers as to why he is on the cobbles and how he has gotten himself into so much trouble. The troublemaker would hit back, claiming his father was the reason why he ended up turning to drugs and he wanted Simon to get dragged into it as well. Peter would be furious his son was willing to go to such lengths to get his attention and to spite him in such an evil way. He would want Jacob to end his romance with Amy immediately before their relationship goes to the next level. Jacob would agree to do so, but he would unveil his true identity to the Barlow family in the process, turning their lives upside down. As the dust settles and they begin to move on from Peter's past, will they accept Jacob into the family or will they turn their backs on him? Executive producer Ian MacLeod explained there would be a lot of drama to come from Jacob's reintroduction to the show. Speaking with Express.co.uk and other media, the soap boss said, "We discover things about how he arrived into the drug gang which will reframe people's view of him and make you see him in a slightly different light. It's about him trying to put the past behind him and rehabilitate himself. Jacob did some heinous things, but Hess mature enough to realize that Hess got some amends to make.